There's 4 types of process improvement approaches that I'm going to cover. The first one is what I would call just do it or quick wins. These are very simple improvements that don't require a lot of time. It could be something as simple as moving the trash can closer to reduce motion. That doesn't require a lot of root cause analysis. It takes 2 seconds to do, and it probably saved you 2 to 10 seconds depending on how far that trash can was. Those are smaller improvements, but the idea behind that is if it's a smaller improvement, we should be thinking about those a little bit more. We should be thinking about them even every day to really think through how we can have some micro improvements to make things more efficient at the workplace. One of the most popular approaches to improving processes is the project management approach, which is a solution is known or a solution has been mandated and it needs to get executed. An example of this might be we are going to upgrade our software program, or we are going to give everybody iPads so that people have Wi-Fi and they can be more mobile. So you're typically implementing a project management approach where the solution is known and you have someone that oversees the project, like a project manager that's overseeing implementation of this solution. The project management approach is what they teach in project management courses. It's a very popular course and a lot of people take it. The general methodology for project management is initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and closure. Now, that's a very common approach. Sometimes it's so common that we actually forget to recognize when we should probably explore the problem a little more. And that's the next type of approach for process improvement. And this is when we actually say it's an improvement project. There's a problem. We don't know the root cause. And therefore, because we don't know the root cause, we really don't know what the solution is. Sometimes we don't actually even know what the real problem is. So we have to explore that too. These are typically problems that there's a little disagreement about what really is the problem or what the root cause is. But both of those you have to understand better in order to identify what the solution is going to be. This type of a problem is great for root cause analysis methods like DMAIC or PDCA. PDCA is an acronym. It stands for Plan, Do, Check, Act, or Plan, Do, Check, Adjust. And DMAIC is very similar to PDCA. That's also an acronym. It stands for Define, Measure, Analyze, Improve, and Control. We'll explain more of what those methods encompass in later trainings. It's going to take a little longer to solve the problem. You might need to involve other people in the problem solving, and it's not going to take 2 seconds to solve. It's going to take a little longer. And so this is where the green belt and the black belt levels come in handy, because you're learning methods for these not so small problems that you're running into. And the last thing I'll cover is process design. So sometimes we identify that we need a new process and it doesn't exist, and a process needs to be created. It's important and it is process, but it's not existing. And so you're not necessarily analyzing the process to make it better. You're really just coming up with a whole new process altogether. And that's a different approach than the other methods of improvement. For process design, it's a new methodology. It's called DMADV, and it's different than DMAIC. And we'll explain DMADV later in the belt level trainings, but it is an acronym. It stands for Define, Measure, Analyze, Design, and Verify. There's many other approaches to processes and solving problems. And the idea behind this really is when you do have a problem, assessing the size of the problem and assessing if you need root cause analysis or not is a really important part of approaching problems correctly. So now you know what process improvement is, and you also know that there's different approaches depending on how big the problem is.